Well, it's Steve Arts 89. I just made a video about this and I already have to correct it because of stupidity. Basically, I had seen the article that the Barbie digital release had been delayed indefinitely. This made sense. The film was still number one at the box office when they announced it was going to be released on digital on the 5th of September. Now that may lead to big digital sales, but they're going to get them anyway, and they're going to cut into the cinema, the box office. And I'd heard that they had finally decided to delay it. And I thought, well, thank God, that makes sense. I mean, obviously, they had set up the release date for the digital long before they realised it was going to be the hit that it is, and they needed to adapt to that because there's a huge problem with digital releases being too soon after cinema releases, or released at the same time, day and date releases destroy the box office. And this is something that was done to aid streaming, but now Hollywood is realising that streaming doesn't make as much money as they thought it was going to, and they need to go back to the older model of actually having people pay to see it in the cinema. So having longer periods between the cinema release, the end of the cinema release, and the digital release is becoming, a bit more undeniable or obvious to some people. So I was excited because there wasn't a date at that point. I thought, oh great, they're just going to wait to see how it goes. It's still making $3 to $5 million a day, and that's just in the domestic box office. So having people be able to watch it at home, people who would have bought tickets for that, would have bought that anyway, who would have otherwise bought tickets to see the film in the meantime. So instead of people going back multiple times to see the film in the cinema, they're just going to watch it on digital, and they're going to pay for that once. They would have paid for that later anyway. So it's a huge mistake. And now they've revealed that they're actually moving it only 1 week, from September 5th to September 12th. What's the point in moving it a week? Okay, you get an extra week at the box office. Yeah, well, it's still making, like I said, $2, $3, $4, $5 million a day. They're going to lose a chunk of that. It's going to drop a lot. And it's just so frustrating that they're this stupid, that they can't adapt. And they're still pushing streaming over other means like cinema and digital. And yes, digital is not dead. There are more releases of digital films being released now, DVDs, than there were a few years ago. Now they're all smaller companies because they're not supported by the big studios who are pushing their own streaming services. But there is an audience. It's not the general audience. For the majority, they are streaming because it's easier, it's more convenient. But the people who actually care about quality and availability and censorship are sticking with the digital releases, and they're being rewarded by amazing releases by small boutique companies who know who they're dealing with and know how to make profits, and they're actually, so this is part of a bigger problem. And it's just disappointing that initially I did a video saying, great, they've moved it, it's got an indefinite date, they're waiting to see basically how long it lasts, they're waiting for it to stop making money at the box office before they release it on digital. But now they've just pushed it 1 week, so I guess they have contracts in place, they couldn't push it out any further, and the digital people don't care about the cinemas losing money and the film losing money, so long as they make money on their streaming service, which is this sort of war that's sort of been happening for a while. And streaming is losing, but cinema is still being hurt by it. But yeah, it's a bit messy. I didn't realise it was this messy. I thought this was good news when I decided to do this video, and now it's actually quite bad news. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Actually, I should comment the film is, I think, sitting at 381 million. Sorry, 1,381 million, and it's doing really well. I should actually give the numbers while I'm here. Where is Box Office Mojo? There it is. It's made 612 million domestically. It's made $771 internationally, $700 million internationally. So 1.384 billion, and it's, like I said, it's making 3 or 4 million a day, and that's just the American box office. It's. I mean, I'm sure it's going to get to 1.5 billion at least. I would like it to do more, but it's not going to if the streaming is going to cut into it, for one. But yeah, so very disappointing, very frustrating. But yeah, I just want to acknowledge how well it is doing at the moment. And I'm glad it's doing so well, but I'm just so frustrated that they're sabotaging the box office with the digital release because it serves the digital platforms. This is just such a frustrating thing, and wasn't expecting to be talking about this for 5 minutes, but it's really annoying. So I'm going to go. I don't know if I said that already, but feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I just wish these people would be smarter, or at least they could get out of the contracts that hurt them. Obviously they're benefiting some people, but they're not benefiting others. They should have some flexibility. If a film is a hit, they should be able to delay the digital release, because you can't anticipate something like Barbie. I knew it would be successful, and a lot of people did, but a lot of people doubted it, and they did not expect it to still be in the box office making money at this point. So you need to change and adapt, and they need to be able to do that. So yeah, I'm going to go.